Good morning, Concord Miners. I am Dr. Snyder. I am the principal here at Concord Middle School, and we are so excited for the 2021 school year. I know it's coming in a different form this year, but we are just as excited to have all of you back and working with you each and every day. I know the online learning process caused a little bit of anxiety, as does the entire COVID process, but we will get through it and we will persevere with positivity as we move through our courses and the day-to-day life of our students. The first and foremost thing I want to say before we even get started is how to wrap your head around this time of year. There's always excitement at the beginning of the school year. Students coming to middle school have a little bit of anxiety with the transitioning from 5th grade up. We are here through the whole process. And the easiest thing I can tell you is if you get frustrated, call me. My cell phone number is 980-439-6314. People often say, "Are you serious? Did you just give that out?" I am giving it out, and now it's in a video for the World Wide Web. But I have that feeling that if you can just call me, we can work through those frustrations, and then that anxiety will ease on your end. The second thing I want to say before I jump in all of this is to wrap your head around the online virtual at-home learning Plan C is to just treat it as a normal school day just at home. We go from 9 to 4 here at Concord Middle School. And so if you minors will get up and get in your routine and go from 9 to 4 like a regular day, breaks are built in, but you treat it just like going to school, you're just doing it from the confines of your home. And so that is the easiest way to tackle this in these unprecedented times and do it to fidelity and do it successfully. That's my best recommendation. I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to do a lot of videos throughout the year for students. We post those on our webpage, so you're going to get tired of hearing from me. But I'm going to go ahead and jump in today and tell you what you're going to receive. Either today or tomorrow, you will receive a packet of information in the mail. It will come in a big envelope as such. And then inside that packet is everything that I'm going to go through today on this PowerPoint presentation. The other two items that you will receive in the mail will be student schedules, and I'm going to go through those at the end of this presentation so that you understand how to read it. The first slide that I take you to is just the 2020-2021 North Carolina school schedule option that was given to us by the state. Plan A is all students return to school. Students attend classes in person 5 days each week, a regular school day. So if we should return to Plan A, that's what it would look like, just a normal day-to-day come back to school. Plan B, students return at half capacity. Students are assigned 1 day each week to attend class in person and continue onlining the other 4 days. So that again is Plan B. What we are currently in and what we are beginning the school year with is Plan C. All students are at home on remote learning. Students attend all classes online and receive live instruction with teachers each week, Monday through Thursday, and they will complete independent assignments each Friday. The next slide is just what a schedule looks like here at Concord Middle School. Again, our classes begin at 9 o'clock and they end at 3:55. We go a full day of beginning with homeroom. And in that homeroom 20-minute time, that's a good time for students to go ahead and fill out their attendance form. You do have to fill out an attendance form every day on your end, and then my teachers will input that into PowerSchool to calculate the attendance. Again, the fall looks very differently from the spring. In the spring, some students were successful at logging on each day, some not so much. In the fall, attendance is counted, so we will keep a track of that each and every day. So 9 o'clock is a good time to go ahead. You've had your breakfast out of the way. You've had your routine in the morning out of the way. Students jump on, fill out the attendance form, and then they are counted for the day. The next thing that they will do in homeroom is called iReady. And most of you are familiar with iReady. I know your child is familiar with iReady, and they will jump on and they will complete iReady assignments, and all of that will be gone over by the teachers, but they will complete iReady first thing in the morning. Then 9:30 begins our first period class. And as you see on the screen, students will go to first period from 9:30 to 10:25. And then 10:30 to 11:25, and so on throughout the day. If you look at the times, we've incorporated breaks. It's important for us to make sure that between each class period, again, we're running this just like if they were in the building. They would have time to go to the bathroom between classes, get a sip of water, and then get right back in. If you give too much of a break, it's really hard to just get back online and get back in the classroom with those teachers. Same if they were in the building. If I give them too much transition time, they stagger into classes a little bit late. So again, the best way to success is to treat this like you're going through the building on a day-to-day schedule. Monday through Thursday live classes are allotted 55 minutes, and teachers will divide this time into smaller sections. So this might look differently for each class depending on the lesson or the subject. For example, it's not best practice to lecture for 55 minutes. It is best practice to have a small group or to have a mini lesson to begin your class for a good 20 minutes or so, teach the standards, and then move to more small groups and independent working with the teacher. So during that 55 minutes, the teacher will be on live with the students, but it won't necessarily be just 55 minutes of listening to Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so teach this standard. We want to, again, I can't emphasize this enough, treat it like we would if they were in the building. And we would never ask our teachers to lecture for 55 minutes. We ask them to introduce standards, teach those standards, and then work with students in small groups and break it down for them. And that's what the live classes and the online class will look like, very similar to if they were in the building. So for example, the teacher will teach a 20-minute lesson with the whole group. The 35 remaining minutes will be students working on an independent or group assignment. Small group of students might be working with the teacher. So that's what a Monday through Thursday live class looks like. Again, there are expectations as we move to online, just as we have clear expectations of our students while they're in the building. We all have to work together to get through this situation as effective as we can. I will say, again, if you begin to be frustrated, reach out to the teacher. If you cannot get the teacher via email, then reach out to me, and I'll be that middle person to get you to the teacher. We want to answer those questions before all that frustration builds up for you and your child. So please reach out and ask questions. If somebody does not get back to you within 24 hours, then I'm your next contact to call, or one of the assistant principals, and we will be that middle person to get you in contact with somebody. The expectations are as follows. Students are expected to be online during the designated time. Again, that's when the teacher is live on there. So for example, if you wake up on August 18th and there's an orthodontist appointment at 9 o'clock and you're going to miss first period, you will make up that class later. Teachers will record, but you're missing the live instruction with that teacher. So we want to make sure that you are treating it just like you are at school and take advantage of the teacher being online during the designated time. Number 2, instruction from teachers will be live and interactive on designated days. Students will be graded for their online work and held accountable for grades and attendance. So again, this is much different from the spring, but grades will be completed. We will still do common formative assessments. Your students know what that is. That's after several standards are taught. We will assess what they've mastered from that standard, and then we will use that data to build our instruction as we move forward. So again, just as if they were in the building and grades are taken, I want them to master the standards. So if they don't do well on something in the classroom, we give them multiple opportunities to master that standard, but they have to take advantage of that. And that will be the same with online learning. If a material is presented and they don't understand it, they ask the teacher questions. Hopefully they get clarification. They'll take an assessment on it, or they'll take a quiz or a test on it. And then if they don't do so well, we want to reach back out to the teacher and find out exactly why we didn't understand that and what we're missing so that we can master that. All of that is how we run our day-to-day in person, and that's how we will run online. Students who are absent from online class meetings must review the teaching session and complete the assignment by the end of the day, midnight. Again, an attendance form must be filled out every single day to count the student present. And again, just as if they were coming to school live. If they had several days of attendance build up, obviously you'd start hearing from a data manager, just like we're accustomed to. After so many absences, there's a letter that comes out, and then there's a 10-day letter, and then our counselors become involved. That is the same process that will take place online if students aren't logging on. If there's technical issues, we're going to get you to the right person. But again, we're treating it like a normal school day. And so we want to work together to make sure students are filling out that attendance form. The 9 o'clock homeroom time is the best time to go ahead and knock it out and be done with that form. All students must complete the attendance form provided by the homeroom teacher each day. Number 6, all students are expected to follow the rules of dress code and device expectation. This is something that we came across with our sessions in the spring. Again, when you're online, you want to be dressed and ready to go. You want to look in the background. If you look in the background, this is my office. You want to make sure everything is appropriate in the background. And that's how the student should be when they are on in the class. They also want to make sure that when they're online, other people are online in that class too, trying to learn this content area. So it's not a time to joke around with students. It's not a time to start messing with any kind of devices or any kind of buttons to take attention off of what needs to be done, and that's the standards taught by the teacher. Also, device expectations. These are our school issued devices. We ask that you're taking care of them. We're asking that you treat them like you would any other device in your home. We don't want to get in with damage fees and things like that. So you treat that device very carefully and protect it. If something goes wrong with it, please call immediately. Don't try to fix it. We have people who will do that. But again, all school rules apply. Any online misconduct will be subject to school-sanctioned consequences. And you ask, well, what's that look like, Dr. Snyder? If I get in trouble at home, really, what do you do? Well, again, if it's disruption, it's treated like disruption. If we need to make those parent phone calls, I'll be the one doing that, or admin assistant principals will be doing that. And those are just phone calls we really don't want to make. You don't want to receive them. We need everybody to work together and be as positive as we can about this. This is not ideal, but we want everybody to be successful. And when somebody starts to get off task on the online classes, it gets other students off task. And I'm not one that can be broken in focus long, because I need all the focus I can get when I'm trying to learn a concept. So I imagine other students are very similar to that. The drive-through device and schedule pickups are as follow. 8th grade will come Monday, August 10th from 4 to 7. 7th grade will come Tuesday, August 11th from 4 to 7. And 6th grade will come Wednesday, August 12th from 4 to 7. In that, you will receive a student schedule, iReady workbooks, and math materials for hand-on learning. Our math teachers are creating a bag of resources to send home for students to work with that they will need in their online classes. A Chromebook for your child, and information about the parent portal and Scribbles. Now, it is important that you get on the parent portal, and I know that that is scary and confusing for some folks. They'll say, I'm not tech savvy, I can't maneuver through that. I can promise you, as a parent, my child's principal calls and says, Liz, you need to get on the parent portal. I'm able to follow their grades and their attendance. I'm kind of old school and just would rather get a call about their grades and attendance, so I understand the anxiety, but it is a one-stop button to get you through everything that you need. We will help you do that if you need assistance with going through the process of getting on the parent portal, but it's important that you do that. Also, you'll receive a Connect Ed from the district about Scribbles. Scribbles is a way to sign electronically anything you would have to sign instead of doing that in person. So again, information is going to come out on how to access Scribbles and be able to sign any important documents. And then we will have a virtual open house on August 13th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Links to log in through Microsoft Teams and meet with your child's teacher, core and encore teachers, will be posted on the school website. 6:30 to 7 will be 6th grade teams. 7 to 7:30 will be 7th grade teams. 7:30 to 8 will be 8th grade teams. And then 8 to 8:30 will be a Q&A with administration if you have any questions for us, an AIG parent meeting, Q&A with the EC department, ELL, and our counselors will also be available. And so Encore teachers will be available also from 6:30 to 8 p.m. As you meet with teachers, you'll get more of a concrete understanding of what your child's schedule looks like. Schedules are again coming out in the packets, and I'll go over those in a minute, but they differ for each student. Sixth grade has a certain schedule to follow, seventh grade and eighth grade, and so we'll go over that in just a minute, but you will get all that information or have an opportunity to meet those teachers on open house and go through that. Resources for success. I just wanted to add this kind of just as again to go over and reiterate the importance of a routine. Again, I don't know that anybody is overly comfortable with online learning, but it is the safest right now, and safety is the top priority of our students. And so this is the plan that we are given to do remote learning, and we want to be successful at it. I think they need to go to bed at a reasonable time. I think they need to get up and get a shower like they would if they were coming to school, get some breakfast, and then get online. If you start that routine on August 17th, you will be successful at it. If your child goes a couple days and like, I just can't do this, and then we wake up at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, it's just going to be catch up from that point on. And once you kind of get behind that 8 ball, it's just hard to get out of that rhythm or back into a rhythm of success. And so I encourage you to, I know a lot of our parents are going to work and you're leaving, and it's at your child's decision to decide, I'm going to be dedicated to get online. But again, grades are counted. And assessments will be given and attendance will be given. And so the best thing to do is just get in a routine early. Reach out immediately to teachers with any concerns. If you are a parent who's having to go to work and your child's at home and they're not getting on, let us step in and help. Again, my cell phone, 980-439-6314. If you need to speak with me, you may text me. If you're not a phone person and you just want to text me, I'm usually very good at getting back in my text messages quicker than I am my email. And so please don't take on that persona. Oh my goodness, I'm not going to bother this lady. I'm sure she's getting blown up. This is a practice I have done throughout my administrative career, and I've never had parents just overly call me in case the most, or if the bus doesn't arrive home on time and they're frantically looking for their child, I might get a call, or if something happened in a school day and they just want clarification. But again, I'm a parent and I know what it's like to sit and process what was that about or what could be going on when you could just make a phone call and get those questions answered. All technology issues should be sent to Miss Tammy Redmond, and there is her email right there. And then again, download PowerSchool to keep updated with grades, missing assignments, and attendance. If you experience any difficulties, please contact Miss Redmond. This is not the cleanest schedule, but this was the best I could do to kind of explain to you what you're getting in the mail. I think it's a little confusing when you just look at it, so I wanted to make sure that I broke it down for you. This is a sample 7th grade schedule, and as you go and you look at 7-1, 7-2, 7-3, 7-4, the 7 just means the grade level. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the actual class period that they are in. So again, we are on a 6-period schedule. And again, our teachers will go over the specifics. They will have their core instruction Monday through Thursday live, and then Encore teachers will be live 2 days a week and 2 days asynchronous, which is not live. And they will go over that when they set up their team meetings with your children and their expectation. That last column right there that says 2021 Group A, that's if we go to Plan B. If we go to Plan B, and I don't want to get too much in that right now because I think it's a little confusing, but we return at 50% capacity, and so your child may be in Group A, B, or C. And so that is already put in place in case we roll out with that plan. We want to be proactive and ready to go. And so that line is just really for our purposes, and I'll go over that more if we shift to Plan B. The second box down there is second semester, so you don't have to worry with that anything with that right now. The sample schedule over here to my right is a Plan B schedule. So we wanted to go ahead and send your schedules out in case we do go to Plan B so that you will have them. And that concludes the presentation. I do want to go back to this weekly schedule up here just to touch base again about Fridays. I don't want Friday to be confusing, and I certainly don't want Friday to be misunderstood as a day off, like they're only going Monday through Thursday. Friday will be for teacher office hours. It will be for any projects or assignments. And it will be for any kind of assessments. Like I said, we will take our CFAs, our common formative assessments, and students are well aware of those. And we will also do Duolingo. We are an IB school. Our students are to get world languages year round, and Duolingo during Friday allows us to stay in compliance with that expectation. Also, it's a wellness Friday, so our counselors will be checking in and having appointments to make sure, hey, here's how the week went, here's some things that the student is struggling with, and so that they can communicate with teachers before we begin another week. So Friday is our day to have that opportunity to reach out to our teachers. They are available for those office hours and for you to reach out. Again, if those office hours or that time doesn't work for you, we are in the business of customer service. We are here to serve you and your children. So you reach out and tell us when a good time is. We all want the same thing. We want students to be successful, whether in person or online. Plan B, plan A, plan C. We all want the best for these students. We want them to be safe. We want them to be healthy. We want them to be challenged and educated. And we're all in this together to achieve those common goals. Again, it is my pleasure to serve as your principal. I am excited for this school year. I am eager to get you online and meet you. I will be popping in these classes with our teachers to meet our students. To my sixth grade parents, I know it's overwhelming. It's a transition year. I too have a sixth grader going to middle school. I understand that anxiety. But we, again, will get through this, and we want this to be a positive transition for them. I will say that on their schedule, their last period of the day was left off. That is a glitch that happened throughout the county concerning schedules, but they will have social studies at the end of the day, and they will have it with their first period teacher. So whoever they started the day with, they will end the day with. And it's also a time to check in on our new middle schoolers, our sixth graders, to make sure everything's going okay for them during this transition. Again, please use my cell phone number if you need it. If I don't respond to the first text, text me again. I am human, and sometimes I miss them as they come in, especially if a lot come in at the same time, but I will get back to you. Just shoot me another one and say, Liz, here, I need this question answered, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So again, we thank you for this opportunity to serve you and your students, and hope you have a great day.